Good evening. Sound check, sound check. How are you? Mulishani, how's everybody? How's everybody? How are you? How are you? Shikenu mwani. How's everybody? Comments below, guys. Can you hear me? Comments below. Can you hear me? Sound check. Can you hear me? Comments below. Can you hear me? Comments below. Sound check. Okay. All right. Thank you. By David Piri Mulishani. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Mulishani. How are you? How's everybody? Mulishani. Brenda, good to see you. Okay, guys, join in. 10 share out of 100. We'll get started when we are 100. I am good by Prince Mulishani. David, thank you. Let's reach 100, guys, and you are free to join today. It's a open forum, guys. You are free to join. Free to join, request to join. I will add you. Topics today to Pamela in Pick and Pay, the Minister's Confession, the UKA Alliance, and more. Yes. SEER1 also, we'll talk about SEER1's live. Feel free to join, guys. Feel free, guys. But if Bamulishani wa Ngambi. Evans Ngambi, how are you? By Henry Mulishani Mulunda from Matero in the Bubu. Henry Mulenga, where are you watching us from? By Brenda, I'm good. I'm happy to see you too. Chiteni share, guys. Iteni Avantu. We get started when we reach 100. And you are free to join. It's a lot of people on this page. We are almost going to 80,000 people. So some people, their alerts are off. So just share and tag people so they know we are live. Yes. Yes. So because we changed the page name, a lot of people's links are broken. So they don't get notification when we are live. So just share with people, friends and family, colleagues whom you know they follow this page. Share with them and tag them so they can watch whenever they are free or they can join us live. UK, Scotland in the Buba. Charles Muleva, how are you? Daniel Kalumba, how are you? Ndola, Zambia, that's my town. I am from Ndola, that is my town. I lived at Premium Plaza and also at Maybin Flats. So I am in Ndola is my town. Yes, guys. So Iteni Abantu, we are free to join. Topics is Pick and Pay. We are going to talk about SEER1's live. And then we're going to talk about the Minister of Information. And whatever you guys want to talk about. Whatever trending stories. But Anthony Piri, good to see you. Nancy Mwalula, as usual, always on the show. I appreciate your presence. But Joseph Kakoma, Solwezi as always. Solwezi in the bubu. Mutukuzi, Ubuntu Clan, welcome my son. Andrew, Rufosa in the house. By Nancy Mwalula, again, by Joseph. When we reach 100, we'll get started. Feel free to join, guys. Feel free to join. Follow, like, share, tag people. By Moses Mubanga, good evening. Greetings. Molibiabuti, Mokalabuti. Mwachoma Bwanji, Wabena Uka. Uka for Zambia, United Kwacha Alliance. Yes, I will talk about Ukwa too. Is it Uka? Uka, not Ukwa. Yes, guys, to share to 100, we'll get started. We are 55, and the Shen. You are 55, so each one of you, if you tag a person to Alafika 100 and then to Alayamba. Yes, I know the links are broken and I think they block the page, so some people don't see the page. They don't get a notification when we are live. So the best is to tag or to share. Then they will know that we are live. Even if they don't join us live, if they are busy, they can watch it when they have time. Okay, guys, come on, TN. We are almost there, 62. You are 62 people watching live. So each one of you, if you tag or share with somebody, then we are going to reach 100 very soon. To Alafika 100, Nombaline, especially Muma groups. If you share in your WhatsApp groups, there are a lot of people in WhatsApp groups. So more people can can know that we are live. So the secret is to share in the WhatsApp groups, and then in WhatsApp groups, some of the groups, there are 400 people, 200 people in the WhatsApp group, then they will join us. So 30 more people, guys, to Alayamba Nombaline. If you are new on the page, welcome. Our old top, we are not followers here. We are partners. Yes, so Ubuntu Forum, we are not followers. We are colleagues, we are partners, we are friends, we are family. We are comrades, yes. So on this page, we are not followers. We are people who share the same passion. That is to liberate Zambia from economic slavery, or to end poverty in Zambia. That's why we are here. So we are not followers. We are together in this. We are stronger together. So on Ubuntu, we are not followers. We are partners. We are comrades. We are colleagues. We are friends. We are family. We are brothers. We are sisters. We are aunties. We are uncles. We are grandmothers. It's one big family, guys. Yes. But Teddy, I see you. But Jason Soko, good to see you. But Mulenga Ann, yes, the page was hacked. That's why we had disappeared. Yeah, so I think we can get started. We are almost at 80, and we can get started. So our Mwandini, I think actually Pick and Pay will be the last topic, because it's I don't want to laugh, but it's kind of funny, but it's really sad at the same time, you know. The topic of the Pick and Pay will be the last topic that I'll talk about. But I want to talk about SEER1's live first. And I just want to say that my take on SEER1's live, I think SEER1 is an honest person, you know. I think he's an honest person regarding to Zambian politics. And he was really, really upset during that live. We can all see that SEER1 was really upset during that live. And he felt betrayed, like all of us. Like here on Ubuntu, we've been talking against this new government. But, you know, we just thank God that the time that we have invested on this page to try and advise this government, to try and tell you people that this new dawn is not what they seem, did not go to waste. Like now I feel vindicated. If a person like SEER1, who came with short notice online and have over 10,000 people watching in an instant, can come and say what we have been saying on here on Ubuntu, I feel vindicated. I feel like, you know what, we saw this coming, we were talking, but a lot of you guys were like, give this new dawn time. But, you know, I'm not going to dwell on what SEER1 said, but I just want to say that it's about time. If you are a well-meaning person, if you love Zambia, it's about time we start condemning this new dawn government together. That is all I'm asking. Yes, by Jason Soko. SEER1 is a good person. Personally, I don't support his spiritual, whatever he does spiritually, but on the Zambian political scene, I see eye to eye with him, you know. I campaigned with SEER1. He's one of the people who inspired me to start talking about politics, because I saw SEER1 talking about politics. And then I asked myself a question to say, SEER1, who is not a Zambian, can talk about Zambian politics. What about me? So SEER1 was one of my inspirations to start talking, offering checks and balances. And also Lilian Mutambo. These two people, they were my inspiration. So here we are, you know. So don't get me wrong. SEER1, I see eye to eye with him on the political scene. And you know what? A lot of people, they condemn SEER1 because everyone has a right to practice the religion they want. So because SEER1 practices his religion, and when it comes to politics, we should not count him off. You know, a lot of people say a lot of bad things about SEER1 because of his religious beliefs. Everyone is entitled to have their own religious belief. Bambima Muslimu, Bambima Hindu, Bambima Buddha, Bambima Christian. So let us respect each other's, you know, religious beliefs. Yes. Muzambia momwine, even if we are Christians, Bambiba Catholic, Bambiniba Methodist, Bambiniba Pente, Bambiniba Niba Chimpempe, Bambiniba, you know, that is life. So I just want to say this about SEER1, that SEER1 is fully vested in Zambia. You cannot discount him because he lived in Zambia for 10 years. That's a long time. Na citizenship fienga bali mupela. If I twali kala kunoku, I'm here in the USA, I've got it, na nikwata citizenship yakun. And I have a say in the matters of this country. Tapa yuinganje bat yo pumunote chulande about American politics because waf makuzambia. No. Anyone can talk. Even if you are not a citizen, you can talk. The only thing that can stop you is maybe participating, running for public office. If you're not a citizen, then there you will not qualify. But anyone can talk. Yes. So SEER1, I am so proud of you for coming on live. And, you know, I think it was an honest, he spoke from the bottom of his heart. It was an honest, I think, live. He was a bit upset, and you can be upset, you know. You can be upset. Umuntu onse nakwata ensambu kufurwa pafire ekitika mu Zambia. And the other thing is SEER1 has family in Zambia. Yes, he has family, he has a child. He has a child, I think it's a son, it's a public news. SEER1 has a son in Zambia. So, umufiashi onse, who can be happy about what's happening in Zambia? Ndalanda ine pano lyonso kwebati. Nga tuafwa, tukashechalo chashani. We are going to leave our children in problems if we don't ensure that whatever government comes, they secure the future of our children and our grandchildren. So even you here, all of you here should be concerned. You should be concerned, citizen. Look at yourself. Look at the life you are leading. If you have children, look at your children. What kind of life are you giving your children? If you die today, what? This is our worry, even me. But I have grandchildren. I am worried about you, my children, my sons and daughters over there, by youth. 80% you are unemployed. 80% of you youths are unemployed. That's why we are talking. So SEER1 has every right to talk. And do not confuse his political affiliation or political opinions with his religious, with his religion. These are two different things. Let us respect each other's religious affiliation, but politics here, we are all entitled to speak about the politics of the country. If in yes. So that is that on SEER1. Myself, I'm not affiliated to SEER1. We just have, it's just like I see eye to eye with him about his political opinions. I agree with him. He is a man of the people. He goes with the people. Remember, in 2020, 2021, SEER1 was with the people. He says, PF bachiram. So now, umuntu moine, na inekale na piliwike. Inekale, I was supporting by UPND, but I saw things earlier before most of you. Nali piliwike, I'm like, no, this government is not what it seems. So I turned from UPND. So SEER1 has also turned. And the turning point for SEER1 is Kambwili. This whole thing where the government is spending money to pay for Kambwili, who is a minister who can afford to pay his own way to South Africa, but the government is paying, using public fund to pay for Kambwili's medical, expenses in South Africa is too much. That's why SEER1 nafurwa. And every Zambian should be angry. I don't see why people are angry at SEER1. Why are you angry at SEER1 when SEER1 is just talking about the wrong things which are happening? SEER1 tale chula, SEER1 tale shtapo bunga mka Pamela. But SEER1 yalande kofye mwamwimina. Mwebena Zambia, you have to save yourself. This politics of cheerleading ifya bupuba. Tapali okwa ika etwale chalo ndemieba. Tulewele kunuma. We are tulewele lobuya numa. A few people have the courage to step and talk. If you don't have the courage to step up and talk, the least you can do is to support those who are talking. Tefiso mefia kweba chumuntu SEER1 ulia. Nangufia inepanu. All the people who are talking, who have given themselves to talk about the political matters of Zambia. It's not nice for you to start insulting us and accusing us of things. When we are here to say we want a better Zambia for ourselves, our children and our grandchildren. We want governments to do the right thing. It doesn't matter who is in government. Yeah? We were there in 2021 under PF. Things were wrong. We stood up. No. We cannot let PF to do this. We removed PF. Now we've put UPND. Things have gone really wrong, bad. Like things, Things have gone from bad to worse under PF kuri banyu donyaba. So if our allegiance should be to Zambia, not to a person. That is what I'm here to say. To say Zambians, our allegiance should be to Zambia, not to a person. If you are supporting PF Aluba, condemn PF. If you are supporting New Dawn Ileluba, condemn New Dawn. That's how countries develop, offering checks and balances. Not number 3 kudia shiriamu pick and pay. Ama Pamela mwewantu na yafika ama Pamela yafika mumayadi. Eh? You know, if we have been telling you that these people, the New Dawn government have failed. Now, if this is not evidence of failure, then I don't know. Pakuti nomba a chain store like Pick and Pay. Yambo kushtisha Pamela. What does that mean? It means the working class. It means the working class of Zambia cannot afford to buy ubunga in a 25 kg. This is what it simply means. It shows how bad the economy is. And you praise singers, number. Turenya tulela pila pamu. Patu is just showing that abantu, the working class of Zambia, because this Pick and Pay shops, tayaba muma komboni. Tetuye kumandevu wasanga Pick and Pay. Olo kuchipulukusu, olo katuishi muma komboni, tamwaba Pick and Pay. Eh? Where the poor people live, there is no Pick and Pay. Poor people balashtabe neba balaya bashto bunga bapima bambo kuishisha tu Pamela. Mwamona. So the fact that Pick and Pay is selling to Pamela just simply means that now the working class of Zambia cannot afford to buy a 10 kg of mealie meal or 25 kg of mealie meal or 50 kg. This is reality. It has hit home. Mwashininkisha. Tulenya tulela pila pamo. And you know what? God is punishing you. God is punishing you because whatever lumendo babili kale bayambile tulalanda pano. Mulenya mulela pila nomba. Ulenya lela pila ni nani? Abena Zambia bonse balenya balela pila. Pick and Pay kwambo kula longa tu Pamela. It means the working class of Zambia cannot afford to buy 10 kg mealie meal or 25 kg mealie meal. Mwamona. Balabe na bali kumayandi nomba. Abali kumayandi kudiana bena. They went to Pick and Pay. Pick and Pay can't just start packing ubungamuli to Pamela. There was a demand. There is a demand for a mealie meal in smaller packets which people can afford. Aba kumayandi. But mwalete ba turenya tulela pila. So, turenya tulela pila pamo. What I'm here to say is, in life, you don't dig a grave for your friend. Imabanyu don mwaishire no mutimo ubi. Mwaishire no mutimo ubi banyu don. Mwaishire nemi ponto no kutuanga. We are going to hire technocrats. Unga tukalash tapari shinga. Zbose mkaladia 3 meals nomba. How can a family eat 3 meals in Gavalesh Tobunga Mulika Pamela? Aba kumaya diva civil servant. Yeah? Aba kumaya dingavalesh Tobunga Mulika Pamela. Where does that leave Aba Muma Komboni? How are you Zen? Na iko seria shia to Pamela. It has never happened in Zambia. Never. Muchain store. Ama Pick and Pay. Ama Pick and Pay. Yakumayadi. Mastoro yakumayadi. No mbaba kumayadi. Ngabambo kuladia tu Pamela. Ngabali mukomboni. Abali mukomboni bakuladi enshi. Alana abafirwa. Balekefe, we have been telling you guys to say this new DOM government has really failed. And is no mbanatu amboku mona. Failure ya bona isa pambilivili. So area shiryo pama pika and pio kusha to Pamela. It's a disgrace. It's a disgraced government. Eno nomba tuise nomba. Abalela ndati yo. It's okay. Ku South Africa bala shisha to Pamela. Other countries bala show. Zambia, that is our staple food. It is our staple food. So if the working class, aba muma ya dinga balefiru okushto bunga 10 kg of 25 kg or 25 kg. Ngaba mbinishchirishani. I continue saying, appealing to you. But praising let us condemn this government. All of us need to condemn this government. Because won't say we are facing the wrath, the harsh economy. Everyone is facing the harsh economy, so everyone needs to condemn this government. Yes. It's so sad. Very, very sad. You know? This is a harsh reality. Ngamwa mona ba pick and pay. Bambo kula pima tu Pamela. Nishmwaishi batfia pena. Ngaba mmakombo nchirishani. Now we are seeing the results. If ya isa palwele nomba. Ero tuise nomba kudia shidia Bakambwili, you know, the confession of Wababa Nani Kane, the confession of Cornelius Mwetwa, confession of Cornelius Mwetwa is another thing, you know. So he was saying they were sponsoring activities to tarnish the PF party. So what other activities have they been sponsoring? What other activities have these New Dawn been sponsoring? What other activities has New Dawn been sponsoring? Because, you know, leading up to the elections, there were a lot of things that happened. Kambwili and his hate speech, kwaisa bagasing, kwaisa bana violence, kwali violence sana. No, but if PF was violent, why has the violence continued? You start asking yourself questions. Mwambiyoko yipusha ma question. Ukwebat, if PF was violent, when they were in power, apa nomba tatwa monapo violence ku PF ya isapo. So nomba tuambo kula yipusha. Was that really PF being violent or wababe neba ba New Dawn wale tu mama kada yabo to perform violence in the name of the PF to ruin national yaba PF? If ilala fia munda ya nama. Tien tuambiyoko yipusha ma question mwewe na Zambia. Because yababa ba New Dawn yaba. Ba New Dawn, ba Cornelius Mwetwa na balandati, they were sponsoring activities. That the ruling party was sponsoring activities to discredit our PF. Now, aba PF nga bali ba violent tatwamonapo violence twamwenete violence kuli ba PF yali mu campaign opo bayishira ba New Dawn in power. We have not seen violence from the PF camp, you know. The PF have been stopped to have rallies. The PF nanguba lusambo ba imina fe pada papa shani pakabo padia bali bachita charge for illegal gathering. I saw something today where they are saying some ministers held an illegal gathering. These people, they are not violent. So now we are asking who was really sponsoring that violence that was happening in PF. Mui pushe na bambo kusokolola. Bala sokola na fimbi. Amene bale isokolola. Abene. Abene bale isokolola. So tulebe pusha. We are asking them. We are asking them to say, what other violence did you sponsor? Already now Mulanda tribalism. This thing about Cornelius Mwetwa is a big thing. It's a big thing. The whole thing about Cornelius Mwetwa is a big thing. Confessing. Because Kambwili should be jointly charged with Cornelius Mwetwa. And the Mukoti Mulyanga Baya, they have to explain. You know? Eronombama judges na yena ya Mzambia is another issue. It's like the judges, don't you investigate? Pakupingula bakambwili. Bushe pakupingula bakambwili tabalon dwelele, didn't Kambwili explain what led him to didn't Kambwili explain? That in Zambia, everything is compromised. The judges are compromised. Everything is compromised, you know. But it is coming to light. It is coming to light. So, area shilio mwemantu bakwalesa. Area shilio. Aba minister ba Cornelius Mwetwa, it's actually eye-opening, and it is because of what happened with the Cornelius Mwetwa. Now today pushama question ayengi. We are asking ourselves a lot of questions. What else did they sponsor? What else did these people sponsor? What else? Because in I am thinking to say there was a lot of violence in the campaign time. But after the campaign about UPN violence yari poor. And we have heard our president say there is no more violence. So now we are sitting here and thinking to say, maybe after all, those people who were committing violence, they were imposters. They were coming in as PF, but actually they are not PF, and bringing confusion in our country. Welcome, Mama.
Hello, Mama. Molo kitumbeko na ichefia. Mkwai. Nine niko pamoja.
Totela. Na isanse she camera. Mwamoneka buino poshe ni abantu.
Na posha bonse ichungulo pomkwai, mwatushe pomkwai. Na wali mudare, mwalile ni pomkwai. Au kwena ife tulifia aba atemwa pa kalambanga nshipa kusakama no kalamba. Uko mlesa kamana ukujoina no kula umfako ifilela andikwa pa social media. Kanshi i social media na ikwata sana kabideko tuleya mwe bantu bakwalesa takwa kabena campaign atwale ati ka campaign ni do to do campaign kala ban pa so kan Facebook na ikwata sana makana totela mama. Thank you.
Mkwai na totela kunjoina mwaiseni tulela ndambali ashayari panona chilanda pali SEER1 kachinga kuchumwalanda po nina na pali ashiyapi kanpe yukweba tinomba kuma ya dinabambo kushita tu Pamela nomba bali mu makomboni balayikala shani nalanda okwebati mumayadi ama civil servant aba bombe nchito ebekala mumayadi elo mumayadi ekwaba mastolo ya pick and pay shops there in a high cost or middle class residential areas. These shops, the pick and pay shops, they are found in the middle class residential areas and high class residential areas. You don't find pick and pay in squatter townships. So what simply means is that to Pamela to be found in a pick and pay, it means that the working class of Zambia, people who are working, the civil servants, the people who have paycheck, can no longer afford to buy a bag of millennium, 10 kg. Ni phone yenu yo mama electa echo.
I think so, eh?
Yeah. So earlier video.
Mwachilanda pali basia one.
Na pali pick and
Mwachilanda pali
pay, na pali
basia
ba
one.
minister wa chile confess.
Okay. Na pali pa Cornelius Mwitwa.
Yes. Elo kulinedia
Empire.
chijaba uka. Mouse
Yaba
Kabali Lembera Kuliba registrar at the registrar should not register Uka Alliance. So to alanda pokachinga na mkwata mashiri ya kulanda pali pick and pay na SEER1 na pali ba minister ifinindanda kai so tumaposa
na totela sana mkwa ipedi ashiria kwa SEER1 icha number 1 wecho nalalanda chakutila nde umfa ba pressing abale tukasana ba SEER1 bale batukasana ensele bati bala bokutila ba SEER1 lero twale campaign nankwe SEER1 unga kwali umuntu wafuile chipancha UPN yukwina ma elections ni SEER1 bombele sana mu 2021 kuchita campaign balungu nombe echo nalamye banichi chakutila filiefyo balando kutila chamwana mwenzako chapita mawa nchilipaliwe ilio mwamwene ba SEER1 balechita campaign ba PF imwe mwamwene kwati imwe kuchichami wami nokuchilapo twali mwenero ba SEER1 ba campaign ne tapali ushamwene tapali wapufuile ero SEER1 nalande fituntulu ifwe fwe bena Zambia tuikala mu bwapwa eko bomfuani na tatu bako ifyo bomfuana bakateka bonse aba bapona SEER1 noti na bonse ukwamba fe pali baega lungu okuisa na pali ba New Dawn government tatuwa ishwe fyo ba mfana na SEER1 pantu pa kutila omuntu ale fumefi uwa kuchalo chimbi nishibala fye mukumutendeka baya fye mukumutendeka moneni mama pumulo stumbeko muno mwali uyu pastor Dodix bishop Dix John General Nenix ulia John General Nenix ilio bamupepeke ili byonse abantu tabayishibati asangwa na ba president bonse batilya bamupepeka obwamba ero chaisa nomba bamba okufunya ama videos bafunya alina balungu bafunya alina ba Esther lungu bafunya alina mao sampa bafunya alina ba akainde ichilema so bonse tatwayishibati ulia Pastor John Nenix ulia asangwa na bantu abonse hao abakankala bonse aba muzambia asangwa nabo ulia John Nenix Bishop John Nenix ama videos tapata ambila bonse aba bakuru bonse aba asangwa nabo nga SEER1 kuwala kana shanye fyalela ndokutira sangwana.
Surprise.
Welcome, my brother. Poshena Bantum, and then your mama Bala shall continue. Long time. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. It's been a very busy and crazy period for me, but Mama Kamulishani. I think
Bapona, you can go ahead. She'll join.
yes, Madam, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you
Yes.
too. Sorry, no, we did not abandon you. We just veered away from here and to do some more productive stuff.
All right. No
Yeah,
problem. You're welcome. Yeah.
yeah.
The
Okay.
floor is yours. So we were talking about SEER1, to Pamela in Pick and Pay, the
So
confessions of just the trending stories. That's what we are talking about. Yeah.
okay. So I wouldn't say much about SEER1,
Mhm.
but the images of those Pamelas in a retail store just broke my heart. We have to admit as Zambians today that we have sunk low. We have. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's an unfortunate fact. There's no way that I would walk into Choppies or ShopRite and expect to find a Pamela, right? Just doesn't make sense. The kind of economy we have, unfortunately, is small. And those Pamelas, yes, our people must be the ones selling them. It's not the best situation, but our people must be selling those. You understand? And it's about time that our leaders put their foot down and said some things are for our local people. We've had Chinese people come into Zambia and start selling chickens and vegetables. That is sad. How do you import somebody from another country to come and sell what our people can sell? How? Where's our pride? Where? Where is our pride? I think for me, quite frankly, I think Vaichilema has failed. I'm sorry to say, Vaichilema has failed. Nachiva kulila, ichifulo nachiva kulila. It's too big for him. You understand? It's way too big for him. Either he's not doing it for Zambians and doing it for foreigners, or he just has no clue. His team has no clue. Madam Pumulo, nangufya shupa shani muchalo. There's one thing that a government must take care of. It's the affordability of food. If yakulya abantu bafuire balekita afford, people wouldn't care if they can't afford if yakufala. If they can't afford to build a house or a flat, if they can't afford to drive a car, people wouldn't care. The basics of an economy is food affordability. Nomba moneni opotuli. We cannot go on. We can't, as a matter of urgency, go on to condemn or blame the Patriotic Front. Awe, guys. We have borrowed 6 billion in 2 years of the UPND. So you would rather use that 6 billion to build 1x3 classrooms, to increase CDF, and your people go hungry? Really? The
You know,
practice of
Chishimba, I have a question for you. So, I think you are saying that, okay, you said that people, Pamela. But for me, the way I look at it is like the working class, can't afford ukushita ubunga 25 kg. So, umuntu ainuka civil servant nakwata motoka, kuti aya takwaba batandika tupamela mulya muma roads park. Mwamona? Olo uli kuminwood muma yadi mulya naponga ni kuisoko in where the actually vafinondo naponga kuti twaveta ni vafinondo naponga ni va civil servant the people who are the working class. So this is actually now instead vafinondo vale imina pamusebo pakantembo kushitobunga ukuvasevurula ensoni they have taken to Pamela mumastolo. So this is for me, this is how I look at it.
Yes, and you're right. But when you look at, let's just say Lusaka,
Yeah.
when you look at the geography of Lusaka, those suburbs are surrounded by compounds. You see that? So it's very easy for somebody living in Ibex to go and buy Pamela Pamusevo Pacha Inda Pacha. You understand? But tulesanga Pamela ilimnomba mu choppies, mu shoprite. Awe. You know, I fully understand there are problems in a country, right? There's no country that has no problems. There are problems, but there are certain things that we have to exercise pride in. You call the Patriotic Front a clique of thieves, but people were never lining up to buy meal. People were going mustore, ashta, muka supermarket, mutuma, family-owned grocery stores. Ashto bungo muntu atwala aya kunganda. Evaka bwalala mwaleta. Nomba imumwe bashiri baka bwalala. Nisha abantu baleta ntamino bunga. Nishi ichitike. What has happened? We have to ask the UPND government all these relevant questions. We are not insulting them. Tuleve pusha. If economy chava, if fintu if ya kosa, finch mulechita. Madam Pumi, they don't realize that economy na ikosa. Because if they do, they would stop ukula kulo tuma classrooms for now. Because ukulia could be very important. Okay, they build these classrooms, but teacher balea nensala mukufunda abana balea nensala kuskulu fish bala umfwapo fish bala funda ma teachers. You know, sometimes Madam Pumi, let's be real with ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves. Maslow's hierarchy of needs has established basic needs: water, food, education, health, and it goes up the hierarchy. Mamona, nomba muchalo, abantunga baledile nsala. Tukafika shani kuli health, tukafika shani kuli education, tukafika shani abantu besu bale running businesses, abantu besu bale kula mayanda. When? You understand? $6 billion. I said on the last time I appeared here The government should have dedicated $1 billion in farming. It's their responsibility. They should have done that. There are people in Zambia today who have huge tracts of land in a rural area, right? They grow maize, but guess what? Accessibility. So how are they going to bring that product on the market? That's why government would have identified farmers in rural areas with accessibility problems, right? And graded imisebo, batita grade imisebo, so that bali abantu kuti batwala product yabo in a graded road finally to the destination market. That's what they needed to do. The most hurtful thing is the fact that people think that they can bring development muchalo in 5 years. We have said no. Stimulated development muchalo muri 5 years. Yes, development is a process, but within that process, you have to identify what is critical in an economy. What is critical in an economy? Food, health, once you sort those two out, then you move to the next level. Why should people queue up for Milli Meal? Kwati ni mu 1980 something, muri bakaunda. Why? It's a lack of priorities, muchalo. Pantu na munganda tulatita prioritize. Na munganda, the household level, ukwete fie so much money walanda, if te tinchite if it important, abana bandi first bafuire baishi bativaria, navaria. Second, inga kwati kefiri fionse mfuire na chita make sure ni kwata health insurance, abana bandi ku hospital bafuire baya. Elo wambo kuloresha nomba, oh, iskuru abana bandi really important, bafuire ba ku skuru. Elo wambo kuloresha nomba, oh, abana bandi fya kufuala bafuire bakwata. Oh, leke ninkule ko leke ninchitef. I am my excuses by UPND bale bomfya. It's just sad. It's just very, very sad. You have to sort out the food situation and you have to sort it out as of yesterday because this is not looking good, muchalo. Lastly, Madam Pumulo, they are focused on keeping inflation down. Now, mwisho baleta kwati ni kwa America where inflation ifire yabapa consumer price index if ama numbers. Why? Muchalo, if we had a 2.3% inflation rate, but there's no money in circulation, people cannot afford the essential commodities. Businesses cannot afford to borrow money from the banks. If I'm going to focus, if you're sure. If I'm going to focus, if you're no. Things are terrible. You are focusing on strengthening the kwacha. You are focusing on strengthening the kwacha. Mulebula ama 300 million ama 50 million dollars mule pumping mu circulation so that kwacha iwele. Do you know there's one country in this world that doesn't put much focus on the exchange rate, and that is China. China has been accused of manipulating the exchange rate. They deliberately keep their one punch, but China is a well-to-do country. It lends money to even the United States of America. So why is a country like Zambia focusing on strengthening the kwacha? Against what? And for what benefit? However, realign your economic policies. Just realign what you want to achieve mucharo cha Zambia. Otherwise, in Sarai Shiremo, no, 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 Musevanya, Musevanya. It's embarrassing, very, very embarrassing. When are we going to make progress as a country, Mwebantu? When are we going to make progress? You are busy going out demolishing people's hard-earned built structures. Fialawamia economy, Fialawamia economy. We must be truthful to ourselves and just admit and say, Nabafirwa nafibafulunganya tabeshi byapa kunyanta. Your debt restructuring valela ndapo. Tapabe Congole Zambia yali pilapo in the last 2 years. They are not paying any debt. And the biggest mistake that the president made was to keep China waiting for 2 years before he could visit them. We owe China probably 70-80% of the debt stock. Vakateka balefwa ikalelo baba chita swearing 1 week later via ku China. He should have made 10 trips to China instead of coming to America. That was a mistake. But China evekete a debt restructuring process because politically valifulwa. That's just a fact. They don't want to admit it, but it's a fact. We made a mistake. Mr. Hitchlema, Your Excellency, you made a mistake, and guess what? You've created a bigger mess. Thank you.
Thank you, Batshim. Bakabwe, welcome. The floor is yours. Mama chika moneka signal ireka no kumishta add. So nala mifunya, and then I'll try to add you again. Go ahead, Bakabwe. Gregory, the floor is yours.
Ndabafyashimwa bombashani
Awa to abomba to tela mulishani.
obwino nampa bwino sana ifaranda bankwaba
Mkwai.
masho akankara. First and foremost, kuri bonse abade tukonka muri broadcast yesu iyi kumisepera abafyashi besu bambuya bashukuru bamaina batatendi menenkashi therefore kubeba ati kwabudo kupose instangare to join icyabaye umurando wakutira ngefe kiraranda abafyashi besu ubu tekwa I think bari saa turekeresha fye why sasa in fact it's better to rechula because when we talk of agriculture ba president ba besu agriculture is something that is doing a personal business yabo and barish ba nga basita venture mu agriculture impya ishifumamo see agriculture
Are you there?
things will be better. But now agriculture is have a few ways because inefunare tontonkanya nadi umfuireko odo imwe yarenda vamama chikamoneka tuse nga chakwe vati government yatontonkenya kupanga farm blocks chira province farm blocks notureranda farm blocks yavura okutitika farm block yamba okuvomba wanhu tensarafi vaalaavomberapo awe varasita create opportunity kuri ivo vemisepera mwamona vaka but irero iri ashiri farm block nadi umfuire katwishinga nemu 2021 ilo varerandapo but nga mwavepusherero farm block imo evo vachitapo commission niisa tavatsondere and yet vasire vasenda amatava inafuna isazanga vafyashi muri uvuteko bwesu. We are not talking about vaedgar rungu but okuringana nevintu vyo vyarenda vaedgar rungu abantu ngavo vachita criticize avengi sana vareikara panshi nokutondonkanya vushefyo ndechita firifye bwino nangu chita bwino but now uvu vuteko vapresident it's more like ni vamanori weka tavomfa kumuntu venafenga navaranda tava pamuretova ni muretova takuri wararandako. That's the more reason why tureisangena muri nemesi yakwe vati ifintu firevera kofye wesi varetwe vawe turevomfya budget ya pf vatirorereko things will be better but ifintu firevera kofye wesi and focus yavo tavaresita focus on now if vengasita bring down cost of living vena varetontonkanya pari kwacha na dollar but they are forgetting that inenderande chinkanga kuti umwaka turevwa nenzara ni this year because ifo kuno kurwapura twavepeta turi masana but imfuroko ekoiri nomba government yarefire okutontonkana okuti ravena rwapura tavari masana kanshi kurwapura katovarireko tivike ko farm block because nenchende yava kurwapura ikuru yavanhu tavavonvya inchende yava kurwapura ikuru yavanhu tavavonvya nga chako vatire inchende variretire vareta maimplements varima kwamatava government ngarireko mureserve nomba oko vatore fertilizer torerandarerwa matava naayoma kuno avantu vareyakana fertilizer but kuno kuine ekuri nemvura mwaona mwavhashiresa nomba uvo vuteko katuisheferevo ingaranda because ngatwaranda okubweshovunga icho tifure twavarira pokutontonkanya kurima twarari mashana abantu nga vari making twakwata bumper harvest. That's when we can talk of to say okay amatava yala chepa because ichire when I mean price yala chepa because ichire ngere obunga bufike pale 350 ubushiku bwerere. It's because government yali firo taking a policy number 1 iya kubwesha fertilizer tabalingirio kulunda omutengo wa mataba ku FRA echo balingirio kubaida pokubwesha fertilizer because nga vaisha fertilizer pamutengo wachipa fama naye navaisa musitiro mutengo amatava pamutengo wachipa ifintu mucharo fyarambo kwenda bwino nomba vafire okurorekesa pari icho varorekesa vyokutira okay fama nga twamurundira amatava akaisa tivotera 2026 because nishina tumurundira amatava but varera voko vati they are punishing the Zambian people. Government osharingire okutita kulolekesha because this last year fyasitike mama fyakwe vati mila ambo kufuma kumanza aisa mukuifwaira amatava mumushi nawo ingisheni mama expenses yala ingishamo fiwewo naye nataisafwaye asendere amatava pamutengo uresendera pavaefwara abantu tavasumine so vira vareshiti amatava pari 280 ena areshita amatava pari 300 now do you expect that mila ukuchitisha pamutengo wachipovunga tachitisha pamutengo wachipa because arerekisa makosti aravikamo at the end of the day vaisa vabrema all millers are pf. No, they are not pfs but they are just considering on how they are getting those items valingire va FRA evachita amatava ayengi ero then va FRA varesita produce amatava kuma millers pamutengo wachipa Now nga twaranda byonsefi I think fyena system yakwe bati abantu bamubende from bakaundo kufika lero ema ministers fye I'm against with it natuna kana bena obuteko bwabakawunda ne basiubya masebo obwabachiru obwabamwana wasa ne basiubya masebo obwabasata ne basiubya masebo niliso omusepera kese mukamu kitapo consider. And when are we going to get the experience you're talking about? Because ile longa twaranda okutira pere ndi musepera bu minister mwana teba tatwa mupere because tali experienced. Now ala isenda kuisa ile experience ngatamu mpera chance. Mwewa fyashi bandi aba bantu tabare tonton kanyana po by election yako akansera kuno kumwanza bombwe eko batumi na ministers abali 5 at the expense of
Okay, hapo na ba nani ba Gregory and ba mama chika moneka signal yenu ndemi chita add batile kanu kumijoinisha. So I don't know muchite restart phone yen. Shimieni phone and restart it. But uyu mwana wafu mapo alande fia mano.
Son.
Yes. And you know, I've seen ama post all over social media uko balela ndati mwagula fertilizer fertilizer kulioku ni drought oko bale folesha masaka ya fertilizer elo kukulelo kemfula abantu bale bapera mu mameda. So what is God showing by UPND aba? By UPND, instead of coming as a government for the people, they came as a government for themselves, a government of favoritism. That's why Lesa nombale basebanya, because when mufiashinga walikwata bana, as a government, you are a father and mother for all Zambians. Will be a president for everyone, but he does not practice what he preaches. A problem. Mwamona, Bahaka inde you valid once everybody convince in his speeches. He preaches unity. Even today, when he was talking, Bahaka inde kudia kuna nikupa mozi hotel, he was preaching peace. But then he operates differently. A problem here, you don't government. But under Fimbi and behave opposite. Mamona. So amata ba fertilizer ba ukukumi ukule loke mfula bale bapela mameda. They know there is global warming. But kwata green energy ministry where they are supposed to pump money into irrigation and other forms of all year round cultivation of maize. Zambia should not be relying on rain as a source of water right now. Kudu baita kwa mfula mwari mfako food shortage yolo papa Namibia papa di mfula bushe. So tulipuma problems. But Shimba wanted to say something and then kaboptu mwaingira.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate what Gregory spoke about, and I'm very, very, very excited that we have Zambians thinking the right way. You understand? The points he raised, the points he brought up, those are the exact things that we talk about here. You see, we have to have priorities in an economy. Regardless, we have to have priorities. But it appears that the New Dawn administration has their priorities elsewhere. You see, people acclaim that Mwanawasa achieved so much. Mwanawasa achieved so much because he said, okay, we are putting a moratorium on borrowing. We're not going to borrow any money until we settle this $7 billion debt accumulated under Frederick Chiruba. There was no infrastructure development in Zambia under Mwanawasa. It wasn't there, you see. And the reason was that administration was given conditions by the IMF in order to reach the HIPC endpoint. They were given conditions. You cannot spend on this, you cannot spend on that, and the like, you see. So when they were able to fulfill those conditions, at the detriment of Zambians, right? Yes, the dollar kwacha exchange rate was strong, but the question I ask myself all the time is: we can have 1 to 1, $1 to 1 kwacha, but does that translate into benefits for our people? And what are the benefits? You understand? Are our people going to afford more food then if the exchange rate was 1 for 1? You see? Versus if the exchange rate is 1 for 15, 1 for 27, what is it that we can do as a country to ensure that food security is guaranteed in our country? Forget about non-essential things like buying a car, buying shoes. Can people afford? The UPND government has restricted kwacha circulation in the economy to help curb inflation and increase the strength of the kwacha. But restricting cash flow simply means that people running businesses, small businesses, cannot borrow money from the banks. If they do borrow, they will have to pay high interest rates. You see that? So, what is it that this government is doing to these small business operators? The engine of any economy is the success of small to medium enterprises, because those are innovative, those are the mass employers in an economy. So you have to put in place policies that support the growth of small to medium enterprises. But we don't seem to be doing that. So what is it that they want to accomplish? Are they trying to kill off all these small businesses? It's very important for leadership in an economy to provide policy direction. Zambians, we are implementing this policy because we think it's going to achieve certain desired results in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. Make the people understand. Don't do things and you are quiet. The president must be appearing every day, addressing the nation to say, we are doing this to fix that. Once we fix this, we'll move on to ABC. People need assurances and people need to see tangible results coming out of what the government is doing. If the government is quiet and they are shy to address us, it means they have no plans. President Hichilema, while in opposition, complained about the dollar kwacha rate. He complained about fuel prices and things like that. And he said the PF is going to tax us to death. He is on record displaying to cooking oil to plastic.
Ni tubali no mbaba twita tubali.
Yes, displaying it to Pamela, displaying to Kapenta, saying, when I'm president, if itafia kachitikepo. Mr. President, I appeal to you. Yes, you might be sitting in a seat that is very hot for you right now, but fix the cost of living in Zambia. I don't care what you do. I'm not your economic advisor. I'm not in your inner circle, but fix the cost of living in Zambia. First, people must afford food. They must afford food bakateka. Nga namukwato mutima wabena Zambia nami papa tamwandini abantu bachula mwali balaye filayo mwali shibyofo mwalela ndapo bali misumi namo mwalelemba nama formula mwale itaba nenu ati ni lack of leadership bupuba nama radio mwale chitapo wapia nomba lelo twalalanda shani pali imwe awe kwate nyumutima eko fyaka kana konse fye fika kululeni. You are the father of that nation and the buck stops at you. And then you could start prioritize what is very important in the economy. I would love to see my Zambian people wake up and be able to afford a 25 kg bag of meal. I want them to be able to afford cooking oil, sugar. If into Mwala is there, 3 meals a day. We have to get to that point. Otherwise, so far, it's been very disappointing, and I wish your administration could stop hiding behind the failures of the Patriotic Front. Vari Pitaba PFU, you are in charge right now. We have mineral wealth in our country, Mr. President. We need to use that mineral wealth to our benefit. We have to. There's no way that a California-based company can come and tell us they have discovered copper. Mangalwai. How do you discover something that's been in existence? How do you discover something that has been in existence, Mwebantu? Vakateka, this is the 21st century. Ubupuba kweteli mu 19th century bwali pita inonsta twali luka twali suka bakateka. The mineral wealth in the country can pay off our debt if we were serious as a country. If we were serious as a country, Mr. President, I appeal to you. I appeal to you for the sake of the suffering Zambians. Please, do not run the country like a business. Government is not in the business of making a profit. Government is not in that business, Mr. President. Everything has gone up, tripled, quadrupled. Abantu baleikala shani bakateka. Bale survive bashani bakateka. No. Revisit your policy direction, Twami Papa, revisit your policy direction.
There are two people waiting in line, so Nana Mifunya, so that Elo ba Gregory Mwise wangu, so that Ngamwalanda Mbivese.
Okay. Thank
so
you,
Bachimba, you can come back and to pass your closing remarks later.
Thank you.
But if you are Landa Bachimbo, Kwebati, Zambia te bedroom ya muntu umo. Zambia ilikuwa ni bedroom. Twali umfwa. Siya wana alilanda tama permanent secretaries. Bale amkusaina ma documents kunani kani. Ku state house. Na your state house, community house. Permanent secretaries are driving from their offices to go to community house to sign government business from a private residence of a president. And I'm here to say, why have we allowed, us as Zambians, have we allowed this president to treat Zambia like it's a private bedroom? And I'm not insulting anyone. I am saying he's treating Zambia like a private bedroom because in a bedroom in the house is the only room where we get refire. Once it was sitting room is a public place. Umuntu kuti aingira pa sitting room anytime. So we have to be mindful what we are doing in a sitting room. But we have allowed this president to treat Zambia like a private bedroom. Mwemena Zambia, why are we allowing this? But permanent secretary banning public fund, ukuya mkusaina, which means that revelation which came from SEER1 saying the private permanent secretaries are going to sign documents at the community house, it means that the president or state house has a hand in any